does the brand matter? Do you have machine show when it comes to these things?
When it comes to brands, I'm sure, people are just particular about brands. My good example would be of a Honda Fit. So we find out that it has almost become that Honda Fit yatova motor yenyika. Exactly.
Right. People of the internet, I'm excited today. I'm with the guys who Logo Solartech. Some of you guys have been asking me a lot of questions about Niyazima solar systems. Most people, they usually ask which size do I take in the Shakawanda Novunza. So I want to thank Mr. Kechi, because right now I'm with Mr. Kechi, Logo Solartech. Thank you so much, Mr. Kechi.
Thank you very much.
If people didn't know, you know what, we want to appreciate you, because guys, do you know that it's been around 2 weeks.
Okay.
We haven't been having electricity at this house. Because I haven't been having the money to buy electricity, but we are working, the lights are on, everything is working perfectly full time, 24/7. There's no time at room, but let's stop, this, everything is working perfectly.
Okay.
So we want to appreciate you guys. We got our solar system from Logo Solartech. So if anyone wants solar system, you can just connect with Logo Solartech. So today I'm going to be asking some of the questions that you guys have been asking. Mr. Kechi, I think what I will say is the most important question is, what are the packages and why should I choose a certain package?
Okay. We have got quite a lot of packages when it comes to solar systems, but there are some that we just designed specifically for the general populace, which we may consider a lot of things. One of them being affordability, the second thing being how efficient the thing is and how reliable it is. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider when having a solar system. Basically, when a client needs a solar system, we usually want to firstly talk to the client, either over the phone or else we can do what we call a site visit. So the visit, it can be physical or it can be over the phone, where the client has to explain what they really want to power in their house.
Yes.
But generally, when we are looking at the packages that we have at Logo Solartech, we have got a 3.2 kVA solar system. So this 3.2 kVA solar system, it is now going for 1,250 fix and supply, inclusive of labor. So, of course, there might be some other adjustments that can be done, maybe due to distance. Yes. Depending with where the client is located. But a 3 kVA solar system is an ideal solar system for a general populace, or let me just say for a lot of people that are residing in Zimbabwe or Southern Africa. Why? Because it powers the general stuffs that are used in a household. For instance, the basic things that people need. People need a fridge. They need a TV. They need lights. Those are and they need to charge their phones, their laptops, and all that stuff. And you also have Wi-Fi powered up.
Yes.
Okay. So those are the general things that people have. And a 3 kVA solar system is the ideal solar system for those things.
Does it power things like a microwave, electric jug, and air fryer? Or maybe, I don't know, toasters and stuff.
Okay. Yes. So what happens with solar systems is those devices or appliances that you mentioned, we call them inductive loads. Actually, they are devices or appliances that consume a lot of power and that generate heat. So by so doing now, that means that they need a lot of power generation. So to have those things, there has to be a certain size of a solar system that is designed for those things. So usually the 3 kVA cannot power those things. Why? Because one, the capacity of the inverter, it's just 3,200 watts. But when you look at those appliances that you are talking of, if you take maybe an electric jug, it consumes around 2,000 watts just in 1 hour. So that means if you're working on a 3 kVA, all the power that is being generated and all the power that is stored in the battery will be sucked out from the solar system to power up just that gadget alone.
Okay.
So for a 3 kVA, it's something that cannot work with those things.
All right.
Okay. There are solar systems that we design that can power those things without a glitch.
All right.
We may start from 10 kilowatt, 12 kilowatt,
all right,
15 kilowatt, 16 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt.
All right.
So those solar systems now, they can power such loads without any challenge or without any glitch.
All right. I have heard some people saying you can use those things, but you just need to use maybe in the afternoon. They're like, does it make any sense, or is just some myth?
Okay. Let me be frank with you. You can use those items or those appliances on that solar system, but the challenge will be you will be only using it just that appliance alone.
Okay, so in other words, you switch off everything.
You switch off everything for you to use it.
You let it do what you want. You just do what you want to do at that time, and then you leave it.
Yes, but now the challenge now comes to how much is being drained from the battery. And the other thing also might be you have to know the data plate of that product that you are using.
All right.
Because some other time I've just mentioned 2000 watts. The other electric jugs or microwaves might be 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000.
All right.
Depending with the size.
All right.
So the challenge will come when that thing is bigger than the inverter.
Yes.
It might exceed the power load. Hence, there's a damage that might happen to the inverter or the battery itself.
All right.
Because the secret of a solar system is the load that you'll be using shouldn't go above 50%.
Yes. All right.
Or should it be something which is too much bigger than the battery?
All right.
Because usually when the sun has settled, we'll be working on the battery.
All right.
So if we are working on the battery, a 3 kVA have got a 24 volts battery. So usually a lot of people that are residing in Zimbabwe or in Southern Africa, they can only use a 3 kVA. Why? Because a 3 kVA can work on a Class A fridge. A Class A fridge, these are the type of fridges that are designed not to consume much power, but working perfectly well.
All right. So in other words, you're saying if someone is going to be, let's say, some of us who are going to the rural areas, we want to have fridges. In other words, you're telling us that if you need to buy a fridge, you also need to consider those things.
Yes.
Or if you're buying your appliances, you need to consider that.
You need to consider those things.
All right.
But usually nowadays, most of the fridges that are being manufactured, they are Class A fridge.
All right.
Why? Because to meet the ISO standards and all those things.
Yes.
You see.
All right.
Because you need to save power.
Yeah, that's true.
You see.
All right. So there's something that some people also ask when it comes to the brands. Some people say, I saw you've got this brand. This brand doesn't work. This one is this. This one is this. Can you tell us more? Does the brand matter? Do you have machine show when it comes to these things?
Okay, yes. When it comes to brands, I'm sure, people are just particular about brands. But there is one thing also that you have to put into consideration. I would just like to relate solar systems with cars.
All right.
So my good example would be of a Honda Fit. So we find out that it has almost become that Honda Fit yatova motor yenyika. Exactly. Because almost everyone is preferring to get a Honda Fit.
Yes.
Why are they getting a Honda Fit? A Honda Fit is fuel efficient, doesn't consume much fuel, it is reliable, and it is also not expensive to have it. You see. So it is something that can be used to transport people from one point to another, or to travel from a certain point to another point. It is a reliable car. It works perfectly well.
Yes.
But there are some other places where you might need to go, where you know there is a rough terrain, there are stones, there are rocks, there are all those things.
Yes.
You cannot take a Wonder Fit there.
Yes.
So the type of solar system that you may need will now be determined by what exactly you want it for.
Yes. Yes.
But generally, a Wonder Fit, I would relate it to some other brands that we use, like Samri, Mast, SRNE, Kodi, all those other Kodak, Growat. They are brands that you can use, which are a lot of clients can testify. There are some other clients that we have installed these products to, which have worked for more than 3 or 4 years up to, right now.
Yes.
They are good brands. But now when a solar system has been installed to you, one thing that has to be done, you need to be taught how to use it. What are the pros and cons? So if you know your product, you know how to use it.
Yes.
So that's why I was relating that to a Wonder Fit.
All right.
You cannot take a Wonder Fit to some rough terrain, or maybe to do sport. It's not a sports car.
It's not a sports car, yes.
It's just a convenient vehicle that you can use. But when you need to go to some rough terrains and all those places,
you need a car.
You need a car that is specifically designed for that.
Yes.
So it is also applicable in solar systems, because solar systems, they are some other brands that we use for some huge inductive loads. For instance, we go to Day, Victron, going on.
Right.
They are the products that are now expensive. They are the products that can now cater. They are the Raptors. They are the GLEs. They are those best, we call them premium products.
All right.
Why? Because they are specifically designed to resist even inductance.
Yes.
To resist those loads that consume so much power.
Yes.
You see, they cannot easily be affected by a short circuit, by a overload, by all those things. They can resist that.
All right.
Yes.
That's okay. So tell me about the 3 kV system. Maybe I can say how much is it, and also is there any promotion? Because some people will say, you know what, I actually want this one.
Okay. So a 3.2 kVA or a 3 kVA solar system, it costs $1,250, and it is installed within that price. It's inclusive of the installation price. It powers the general things that I may mention. Let me just mention them. It powers a fridge, powers a TV, powers your lights. The maximum number of lights has to be maybe around 15 or 12 lights.
All right.
But there has to be energy saver lights.
All right.
When I say energy saver lights, meaning to say they have to be between 5 to 7 or 9 watts.
Right.
But preferably 5 to 7 watts.
5 to 7 watts.
Yes.
All right. So do you guys at Logos have accounts? Because there are some people who actually call me and say, you know what, I want to have this 3 kV. It's 1,200, but I can't have 1,200 right now. Is there something that you can do for people like that?
Yes. I would like to say at Logos Solartech, it's one of our norms. We have got some payment plan facility or some credit facility that we have.
All right.
One of them being whereby a client pay a 70% deposit. But put in mind, the total price that I gave you for cash, that 1,250, it's not the credit or credit facility price.
All right.
The credit facility price will be 1,350. There's an additional $100 that's put there,
all right,
which will be a credit fee charge.
Yes.
So you pay 70% of that 1,350.
Right.
When you pay that 70%, the installation is done. And then you are given 2 months to attend to that balance. But there is also a platform whereby a client can also pay up maybe 70% of that amount just in installments. So you pay until you reach the 70%, and then we come and install, and then you clear up that balance within a 2 months period.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So that one is the one for okay. So what about the solar bores? Do they use inverters or batteries? I've heard people saying, you know what, I want to install a solar bore. Can you tell us more on that one?
Okay, so I think maybe some other day we have to do it practically, whilst we'll be showcasing what exactly is a solar borehole. Because a solar borehole, when we say solar, that means that there is just solar panels.
Only solar panels.
The pump and the control box.
All right.
And this type of a borehole, it's a DC borehole. There is no inverter there. The item or the component that's working in place of an inverter is the control box. The control box is working as an inverter because it's taking the solar and then converting it or put it to the pump. Yes. So it has got an MPPT, just like a hybrid inverter has got an MPPT. So it just collects the power from the inverter and then it converts it and then it sends to the pump. The pump starts working. So there is no inverter there. There is just a pump, a solar panel, and a control box.
So with that one, you don't need electricity.
You don't need electricity.
All right. You don't need an inverter and you don't need a battery.
You don't need a battery. You just need your solar panel, your pump, and you're good to go.
But that one only works when there is sun. So you can't, let's say, for example, some of us, we are farmers.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can't say, I want to water my plants at night.
Yes. You can't water your plants at night. But there is what we call also a hybrid pump. A hybrid pump now, we usually install those in public institutions, for instance, schools, hospitals, clinics, and some other public institutions. We usually, that type of a borehole can work with both electricity and solar. Meaning to say you install solar panels and then you can also connect electricity or utility to it. Meaning to say it can also work during the day, it can also work at night. Yes.
All right. So the other thing is, I've heard people also saying, do you guys train? Do you train people about solar systems and all these things?
Okay, so Logo Solartech is a company. We have been taking a lot of attaches at Logo Solartech. A lot of them.
All right.
So usually we might take students maybe who have come from some technical colleges. Maybe someone was doing power electrical engineering at a polytechnical college, or maybe he did a certain program at a university, and then he need to attain some OJT or experience.
Yes.
We do take students who will be on attachment. But attachment, it's like employment.
It's like employment.
It's like employment. So there has to be a procedure that someone has to go through for that person to be attained.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So what do you have on promotion right now? Is there anything that you have on promotion on your products and services right now?
Okay. Yeah. We were running that 3.2 solar system. It was on 1.3, but we have slashed it. The price is now going for 1,250 fixed and supply. We've got a 6.2 kVA or a 5 kVA. A 5 kVA goes for $2,000 fixed and supply. And then a 6.2 kVA goes for 2,100. And then we've got a 12 kilowatt. The 12 kilowatt that we install at Logo Solartech, it's strictly day. Because we know that when someone is installing a bigger solar system, it has to be something that's strong enough, that's very durable, something that's very reliable. It will be a day solar system. Day solar system, it goes for 8,900 fixed and supply. That was solar system. So it will be a 12 kilowatt solar system. So the 12 kilowatt solar system comes with 4 lithium batteries, and it will be having 18 solar panels, which are 580 or 550 watts, and some other accessories that we use to install the solar system. The packages that I've just mentioned, they are the most bought or most installed solar system. Of the biggest numbers that we have of solar systems, we have installed 3.2, 5 kVA, 6.2, 8 kilowatt, 12 kilowatt.
All
But
right.
from 6 kilowatt, usually a lot of clients, they need the 12 kilowatt. We've installed it in a lot of places.
All right.
A lot of places, both in farms, in the low density, in rural areas. We've installed even in business premises. But we have also installed 20 kilowatt, 25 kilowatt, 30 kilowatt solar systems in other several places.
All right.
Yes.
So let's say, for example, the one you said, the 12 kilowatts.
Yes.
If I install it at the house, like what do I be trying to do with that?
Okay. So this one, these are solar systems where people say, when I'm using electricity or when electricity goes, when there is a power cut, I need to use everything in my house. I don't want to be told, I don't want, I must not use an iron. I must not use a microwave. I must
Does
not
it
use.
cook also?
It can cook.
Hey.
It can cook. So what happens on solar systems is the number of batteries now will determine the hours or the number of plates or stove or size of stove that you can use.
All right. All right.
Yes.
All right.
So usually what makes a solar system a bit expensive is the size of the battery bank.
All right.
Because the battery bank now determines what you can use.
All right.
So it will limit what exactly you use.
All right.
But for a lot of households where people would say, when ZESA goes, I don't want to be told I cannot use my microwave, I cannot use my electric jug. We usually install 12 kilowatt, 16 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt. So the 12 kilowatt solar system can power your microwave. You can take your food, reheat it in a microwave, and then you are good to go. You can take your electric jug, put some water, make your coffee. You see, it's a solar system that can do that.
Anything and everything.
You can use your pool pump, you can use your floodlights, you can use your everything inside the house.
All right.
You see. So there are solar systems that we can design depending with what exactly you want to use.
All right.
You see. So it can be a 12 kilowatt with 4 batteries, or it can be a 12 kilowatt with 8 batteries.
All right.
Because of what you want to use. Because the battery bank now determines the number of hours or what exactly you want to use.
All right.
You see.
Hey. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that you want to say to these people? You know, most people will be having things that they want to ask Logos Solartech, or some of the questions that most people ask. Maybe you can just tell us.
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of questions that people might ask. You know, depending on the experience. I've met someone who once said, you know, there's a certain brand that you gave me on the flyer. I don't want that brand. You know, I've used it. It hasn't been good for me. Yeah. When someone is coming to us and they need a solar system, I would love a situation whereby that person is open to us. That what exactly do I want to use? You see, what really happens is usually when a client asks that they need a solar system, we usually give them the 3.2, the 5 kVA, the 6.2. Why? Because we may not know what the client wants to use. And maybe can the client afford it? That might be one of the reasons. And the other thing is, I've heard a client who says, you know, Mast is not a good brand. It is a good brand. For those that can afford it, it's a very good brand. We've installed it in several places and it has been working perfectly well without any challenges. Why? Because after we would have installed a solar system for you, we teach you, or else we continually have a conversation where we will be explaining these things to you that you may understand. But usually soon after the installation, we always teach or train our technicians that they explain everything to you. They teach you how to use it. They show you how you may use it and the pros and cons of that solar system. So usually when a client gets a solar system, they should ask questions. Everything that they need to know, they should ask it. Ask it to the technicians or ask it to the other professionals that are there at Logo Solar Tech who will explain everything that you may need to know. You see, because the best thing that you need to have on a solar system is knowledge. If you have got knowledge, then you won't have any challenges.
You know how to manage it.
Yes.
So you guys, musazita zvazo kuti munoti ndopoda yakachipa yacho 3.2 kV wobva wada kuzoconnecta magonyeti ipapo.
Exactly.
Because you know some people anozoda kutanga kutobika vachitochiraya tine solar system and then you know it will be an issue. So thank you so much for your time, Mr. Kechi. You guys, if you've got any questions about nyaya solar systems, feel free to ask in the comments, and tinenge tichizovaudza next time paanouya we'll be answering those questions. Thank you so much.